So for the piece that I chose is titled Tamati, Waka, Nene. So this is the piece. The artist of this piece is Gottfried Lindauer, who is a Czech artist. It was made in 1890, and the materials are oil on canvas, and the size is 101.9 by 84.2 centimeters. So for content, what does this piece depict? So this piece, the main figure of this piece is Maori chief Tamati Waka Nene, who was chief of the Ngati Hau people, and he was an important war leader. So he's part of the Maori culture where portraits like this are well respected. In the Maori culture, these types of portraits are made for people who have passed away, and the purpose is to have a connection to the person who's passed away and to bring their ancestral presence into the world of the living and to fully embody the spirit of the subject. So here's some pictures of Tamati. So for form, what are the main components of the piece? First, we have the solitary subject, who's Tamati Waka Nene, who is a Maori chief. So we see his head is in where the sky is and the clouds are, which points to a connection to the afterlife or the divine. And next, we can see these tattoos that he has on his face, which are called moko, which in Maori culture represents an individual's lineage, tribe, rank, and exploits. They were unique to each person and showed one's mana, which is their personal status and divine power. So next, there's the clothing. So first, he's wearing a kahu kiwi, which is a fine cloak covered in kiwi feathers, and then he's wearing an earring of green stone. And then both of these are called taonga, or treasures. And then the weapon that he has in his hand is called a tuhetoa, which has feathers adorning its blade and a finely carved hand grip with an abalone or paua eye. So function, what is the purpose of the work? The artist, Gottfried Lindauer, created this piece of Tamati Waka Nene to be an embodiment of him, to be like a full representation of him. And these portraits really brought ancestral presence into our world. Also, this portrait is not merely a representation of the subject, but also an embodiment of him. So, portraits and other taonga tuku iho, which is treasures passed down from ancestors or an heirloom, they're treated with great care, and after a person has died, their portrait may be hung on the walls of family houses or in the community center to be spoken to, wept over, and cherished by people with connections to them. So this piece was created for Henry Partridge and was commissioned along with multiple other Maori portraits, which you can see here on the screen. Here are more of Gottfried Lindauer's pieces that he made for Henry Partridge. This piece, along with the other Maori portraits, were exhibited in 1877 in Wellington, New Zealand. So context, how does this piece relate to themes of the time period? So in Tamati Waka Nene's life, he lived through a rapid change in New Zealand, where the first British missionaries and settlers were arriving and changing the Maori world forever. He was a leader and also a businessman, and he exemplified the types of changes that were occurring. And he converted to the Wesleyan faith and was baptized in 1839. And the portrait really was made to commemorate his life and keep his spirit alive in our world today. And here are my sources. Thank you.